Howdy, Possum Patty and Little Miss Titi here. And as you can see, there's a lot on my desk I want to share with you today. But I missed What's on My Desk Wednesday. So we're going to call this What? W-H-U-T for What's Up Thursday. Come on along. Well, I have a lot of things I want to share with you today, and I put several things on the table here now that I have a larger table. And this is going to be just some things that I'm working on this week. What's up Thursday? Things that I've been doing. Okay, this is my summer journal that I made out of this wooden plaque from the Dollar Tree. And I did a wood burn design, and then I painted it in acrylics. The back is cardboard. This is my night garden, and this is my day garden. And the first page was Happy Mail. Let's get this party started. And the second page was also mail. And this is from Angela Rose's Fairy Godmother, and I did a page for that. And then I did a Ladybug page, okay? This is my paper Ladybug doll. Not to be confused with my Ladybug Ragdoll, even though they look very similar. And I made this the other day. I did a video on this, and I also linked a free printable so you can do your own Ladybug doll. This is a journaling card, okay? And on this journaling card, I am going to probably journal about my Ragdoll Ladybug, which I'll show you in just a minute because I have been working on that. And I got this Ladybug paper, I believe at one of the very first weeks of the flea market. And so I said, oh, I have to use that as the background. I also really like this black polka dotted paper, and I cut a little bit of a lacy edge with this is I think Martha Stewart edger, and I got this at a flea market in Pennsylvania, I believe, several years back. And I like that little bit of a lacy look. And then I put these puffy Ladybug stickers from the Walmart. And I made her a nice little home. And I'm going to journal about my Ragdoll Ladybug. And you know, if you have a swarm of ladybugs, you have a lovely of ladybugs. Cat hair there already, okay? So that's what I've done in this. And oh, I do have several happy mails, and I think I will share those tomorrow for hashtag Friendship Friday. And I'll be doing a few more pages in here with those happy mails. That is the regular summer journal. But before I talk about the other journals, let's move over to the Ragdoll bin. Okay. So this is the Ragdoll. Maybe we should put them out together so people realize that there are two of these. All right. This is the Ragdoll Ladybug. And I can link these videos below. And here she is. And what I did was I copied this pattern and made it available, like I said, so that you can make a paper one if you don't sew. Of course, you can always copy the face or whatever. If you do so and want to make a Ragdoll one, that is perfectly fine too. And I made her a pretty dress with a little ladybug charm on it. And I have to make her boots. She's going to have boots like this one, only with this material here. And the back of the dress is here somewhere. If Titi didn't take it, I hope she didn't take it. She's always taken the dresses. Titi, did you take the dress? Oh, she didn't. Here it is. Okay. So this is the front. I have to do the boots. I have to do the hair. I'm thinking maybe I'll do flowers for her hair too, to match the paper doll one. And this is the back of the dress. Okay, now ladybugs have 2 sets of wings. True insects have 2 sets of wings and 6 legs. Okay. So you can see the little sparkly white underwings that are underneath the sort of protective, hard upper wings. So these are the upper wings, and then she's going to have her lower wings, and that's what I've been working on. Now, if you watch that video, you will know, let me turn the light off here, that I bought some fairy lights. Okay, I bought some fairy lights, and they come with a very small battery pack, and her underwings are going to be lit up with the fairy lights, and this is going to be in a pocket under her skirt on the back, like this, and that goes on her back under her dress, and there she is, and there's the dress. She's getting there, she's getting there. I know, I don't work fast. I'm an old lady, I don't work fast. And there's her beautiful wings. And then watch this. It's got a little switch. And there's her beautiful wings. Look at that. Aren't those gorgeous? Look at that. This is like so super fun. This was my idea the other day. And then one of the packs of lights that I got was colored, and I thought maybe I'd do a butterfly girl with colored wings. And these are white lights. Oh, and then the gold lights are over there in the fairy corner. They've been up to something over there, Pixie and Miss Angela Rose, but they just told me they're not ready yet. They have a few more things they want to do before they show off their little fairy corner. So last night on the couch, I took a hanky. This is a regular lady's hanky, and I cut it in quarters. Then I took each piece, okay, and I matched two together, and I did trim a little bit off because, I mean, these are big, but they were larger. They were that much larger. So I cut these pieces off to make it a little bit smaller. And then, oh, let me put the light back on. And then, darker in here. And then I took half of the string of lights and I sewed it to the inside layer because it's 2 layers and 2 layers because there were 4 quarters, and so this is 2 layers and this is 2 layers. So I took the inside layer. So you have 2 layers. So I took the inside layer and I stitched very loosely the lights around the wing. And they're on a little bit of a wire, so that helps hold this wing out like that. And then I took the second layer and I put that layer over it like this. And I sewed around that. You can see the stitches here. And then I just kind of put like a few stitches down the middle there. So again, there's 2 layers. There's 2 layers. It's a double layer. The inside layer I opened up and I sewed the lights. Then I put that layer back like that and I sewed that closed. And then I took this with the lights and I put it inside the outside layer. And then I sewed that one closed, okay? And then I put a few stitches like that. So that's what I've done so far. And this one is done. This one is not done. You can see where I turned it over and sewed it together here. So this is waiting for the outside layer, which is the bottom of the bucket over here. So here's the outside layer. So this is what I meant when I said I put it in quarters. And so I sewed the lights inside. I folded it over. I just put some stitches around. And now I have to take the outside layer like this, because it's a double layer, and I'm gonna fold it over like that, and then just stitch around. I stitched all the way around here and around here and around here, and then, like I said, I just put a couple of big stitches in the middle, you know, like the veins on a wing that you see. And I did all the stitching with white because I just wanted some white delicate wings. So I got a little more stitching to do on this. Now once I finish this side, then I will put it all together, and I'll show you how I did that. And then the last thing, I have to do her boots and her hair. So she's got a little bit more work to go. I will put her back. This is my carry into the living room bucket right now, keeping all her sewing bits in here. So this is the Ragdoll Ladybug, and this is the paper doll Ladybug. All right, well, today, Mr. Possum, Flat Stanley, and I went to the beach. And I know it's a little late. Usually we get to the beach much earlier in the season, but for various reasons, this, that, and the other thing, today was our very first day at the beach. So Flat Stanley had some adventures, let me tell you. Well, first, he was overplaying by the rocks, and it was like, oh my goodness, Stanley, get out of there. That looks a little dangerous. So I got him out of the rocks, and all of a sudden I turn around, and there he is, like at the edge of the rocks, but closer to the sand, and he found a very friendly squid and a smiling shark. I'm like, oh my gosh, Stanley, where did you find those new friends? He's so silly. But then, let me show you what happened. I was so upset. Stanley floating away in the ocean. Oh my gosh. Oh, Stanley, come back. I was yelling, Stanley, come back. And come to find out, that wasn't Stanley at all. He was just playing a trick, and that was just his stunt double. Ah, Stanley, you need to behave. He just loves to get into trouble. Here I was, I thought he was washing out into the ocean, and that wasn't even Stanley at all. He was just tricking me. Oh, Stanley, I don't know if you're going back to the beach or not. So this is my beach journal that I started last year. And I used some shiny fabric, and this is a wooden piece from the Dollar Tree that I painted with some very shiny paint to look like a mermaid's tail, and I call this my mermaid's tail journal. And I didn't get very much done in it last year. I got a postcard from my buddy Dolores J. Rush when she went to Myrtle Beach. I put that right there. This is the life. I love the little characters on there. And this is a little magnet here. And this is the high tide chart from where we go. And this was a little story about how I lost my sunglasses at the beach, and a picture of me with my boogie board. at the beach. And then this was my grandniece, and she colored in a picture of a mermaid, and I added some jewels in the little treasure chest there. And then on the back was some nature journaling. This is called the Mermaid's Purse, and it's actually a skate case. It's an egg case for these sea creatures called skates. And there's a little picture there of the artist. And I did a video about this last year, I'm sure. And then I have a little picture here waiting to go into the journal. It's a picture taken at the beach. And I have some more nature journaling done. And I cut out pictures from a nature book, and I put in some photographs of things that I found, a little crab and a shell and things. And I believe I have some more pictures from last year that I want to put in. And I do want to journal about today. And I did find some beach, sort of ocean themed paper at the flea market this year too. So I'll probably add those in where the pages are white. So I'm going to be starting some of my beach journaling because today was our first day at the beach. And I probably will not fill this up. I'll get some pages done this year. Even if I get like the first signature done, that would be great. And then, I'll save this. I'll take it out again next year when it's beach season. You don't have to fill up all your journals right away, especially if they're a theme like this one. And this is going to be all stuff related to mermaids and beaches and nature down at the beach, things like that. I have journaled about the beach in other journals, but then I started this one, but I didn't get very far. I think the other beach things are like cosmic smashed into just regular journals. So I'm going to leave this one out because I am going to journal about today being our first beach day. So that's going to stay on the desk. The flower journal I put back on the shelf until tomorrow because tomorrow I'm going to do some happy mail in there. Oh, so in my sew to go bag, I've been trying, take it different places and test out how everything is working in here. And I took it, Mr. Possum had an appointment, so I had to wait for him. So I brought this with me and I started some stitching. And one thing I wanted to do, and I did that before I took it today, was glue some magnets into this little tin here. Because if this is balancing on my lap and I put the needle down, I was putting it down on this side and it was rolling around a bit, and I put it there. It's not going to roll around while I'm balancing this on my lap, right? So I added those magnets. That's one thing I did. And then this is my Just Because book. And it's just a slow stitch journal. I made this out of a Vera Bradley pocketbook quite a while ago, a couple of years ago, and I hadn't used it for anything. And then I started using it for slow stitching. And I'll do a flip through of this on another day. I don't have a whole lot done in here, but as you see, I do a lot on each page. Each one of these little pages has a lot of stitching on it. So while I was waiting for Mr. Possum, I did sew this page in because it was loose. It needed to be sewn in. And then I added some more to this page. I had done a birdhouse. Somebody was doing slow stitch birdhouses, and I had put the birdhouse and the bird in here, but I hadn't finished the page. So I added on these flowers, and I added on these green leaves going up the side, and then I put some daisies down here, just kind of fill up the page a little bit. It was looking kind of lonely there without any flowers or leaves. This page I'd done earlier. So today at the beach, I'm working on a little ladybug, you know, ladybugs on the brain lately. Ladybug page, and actually I think this part over here and the lace and then some purple X's. Yeah, I did them on another, maybe I did those on the appointment day too. I might have done, wow, I did all that, all right. Because today at the beach, I did sew on these little beads, and each bead is on like a little purple X, a little gold beads. And this I had already put in there, so I made this shell for the ladybug. And then I put this little face over here with the little antenna. But I'm going to add some legs, and I might put a flower on her shell, and I might put something up there. So there's a lot more I can do to that page. But that's what I did today at the beach, was just work on this page. And I did this the other day while waiting for an appointment. And there's a lot more pages in here. This is, let's see. So this is 1/4 done. 1/4 of the book. 1/4 of the book is here. So I'm on the second half of the first signature right now. And then I have a whole nother signature back here. So it's going to take me a while to do all of this. But now that I have my Sew to Go bag, in just the last couple of days, I did quite a bit. So I have videos on my Sew to Go bag because I made my fabric flow journal. And I made my trim flow journal. So this is working out great for me. Well, besides Stanley getting into trouble at the beach and working in my slow stitch journal, my Just Because journal, I did have a Wreck This Journal adventure. This is my Wreck This Journal, The Revolution is Now in Color journal. And I have the first episode posted, I believe it was last Saturday, for some Saturday night fun. And I am doing more adventures in this journal. I'm having a blast doing this. If you missed chapter 1 of Wreck This Journal, I will link it below because this was so much fun to do. And it's, you know, you take this book everywhere. Let's see, where's that? Carry this with you everywhere you go. So this went to the beach today, and I filmed a couple of prompts at the beach today. So stay tuned for this. I'll probably want to get like 9 or 10 different things done, and then I'll make another Saturday night Wreck It episode. So it'll be chapter 2 of Wreck This Journal. So stay tuned for some Wreck This Journal beach fun. Okay, remember the other day when I was journaling about Mr. Possum and the chicken story, about the chickens crossing the road, and I had showed you this chicken stamp. Now, I made this quite a while ago from this chicken stamp. And I put it on the copy machine, and I made it larger, and then I colored it in, and then I made a journaling card, and then I used it to journal about chickens crossing the road. Okay, well, When I got these chicken stamps from Temu, I bought 2 of them so I could give one away. And I had Stanley, when he was behaving himself, go out into the yard and play a fun game in choosing a winner. We are interrupting this program to bring you a very important event. Flat Stanley here is going to choose the winner for the chicken stamp. This was a secret giveaway during my very first Temu Tuesday video. Flat Stanley has decided he will use his cornhole game and toss the names at the cornhole game, and the first one that gets in the hole will be the winner. This is Stanley's cornhole game, and basically you just have a wooden structure with a hole in it, and you have to toss the beanbag into the hole to get a point. And what Flat Stanley is going to do is toss the names at random, and the first one that goes into the hole will be the winner. So the names that are going into the bucket are Deborah Mancha, Carol at Crinkled Path. There's 7 names. This one is Leanne Jones and Lala Gamma and Heather at Crafter's Alley. Denny Holmquist and Betty Boyle. So Stanley will keep throwing these until he gets one in the cornhole. There. Okay, Stanley is ready. He's got the first crumpled up ball. He's picked them at random out of the cup, so he does not know who that is. And whenever you're ready, Stanley, we will begin. And we have a winner. And the winner is Denny. So Denny, you are the winner of the chicken stamp. But I'm afraid you might have to wait a little while before I get it into the mail, because since I started moving everything around in the room, I can't find it. I know this is terribly embarrassing, but there is a stamp that makes this really fun chicken stack. And I know they're here somewhere. I know they're here somewhere, Denny. I will look for it. Tomorrow, one of the things I'm going to do is look for the chicken stamp so I can get this out into the mail for you. But that was a lot of fun. Thank you, Stanley, for behaving and helping me pick a winner for the chicken stamp. All right, so what else is going on? Just a couple more things to share with you. And, okay, let's talk about this. Talk about the notebook. Okay, you may remember my family genealogy notebook, and this is just a composition notebook that I am collecting fun stories, genealogy, and connections and relationships. So I call this Poets, Paupers, Pawns, and Kings, and I got a little family tree business going on there. And somebody had actually written a book with a lot of Cantrell genealogy in it. That's my mother's father's family. And I am a member of a WikiTree, which is a free genealogy website, and they're working on connecting people. It is so much fun. If you haven't tried WikiTree, give it a try. And they'll send you an email every once in a while, and they connect you to famous people or relationships. So a connection is like through marriages, and relationship is a bloodline. Yeah, so they have these projects. So 1 month it might be famous Italian singers, and 1 month it might be Scottish ancestors, and 1 month it might be, like if it's the 4th of July, maybe something about the founding fathers, and how you're connected to these people, either connected by marriage, or relationships, like I said, through a bloodline. So in this book, I'm just collecting stories about family and other people who I'm just connected to by marriage. There's my great uncle here. This is my great aunt, William Wordsworth, who is connected by marriage, I believe. Oh, no, he's not. We are 10th cousins, 7 times removed. We both have the same great grandmother. And I just added this little cloud here to the poem I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud, and that was about daffodils. And I had my sew to go bag out, and I noticed that in the little box of appliques were some clouds. And I thought, oh, this would be so much fun to put the cloud on the journaling card. Matches beautifully. Anyway, so here's a picture of Kevin Bacon. Now, why is Kevin Bacon going into my family story, family genealogy notebook? You may remember years back, Kevin Bacon once mentioned that he has connections to everybody in Hollywood. In other words, every actor in Hollywood at that time or during a certain length of time, he either worked with that person on a movie or worked with a person on a movie who worked with another person on a movie who worked with another person on the movie. In other words, everyone in Hollywood was connected to Kevin Bacon by 6 degrees or less in the business. So it became an actual game, right? It became an actual game of 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. So how he was related to everybody else working in Hollywood. And people just got carried away with that. So it became an actual game. Well, that idea, that concept of 6 degrees of separation actually was before Kevin Bacon, but the real concept says that of any 2 people on earth, that there are 6 or fewer acquaintance links apart. So if you pick any person and any other person, this person knows somebody who 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 knows this person. So that's quite an interesting concept. I don't know how you would prove it, but it is very interesting. So in this book, I am putting in my connections to as many famous people as I can find. So they're all like cousins like 10 times, 10th cousins, 16th cousins, it doesn't matter. Or if like General Marion, the swamp fox, I'm just related to him through marriage, through like 3 different marriages. So it doesn't matter. So how many people can I put in this journal to connect to Possum Patty, either family or just by marriages? So when Kevin Bacon got famous for playing this game of, how he's connected to all the other actors in Hollywood, he actually was on a genealogy show. I don't know if you remember this. I think it was like Finding Your Roots or something, where they took famous people and answered like genealogy questions. But when he was on this program, he found out that he was actually ninth cousins once removed to his wife. I think it was ninth cousins once removed to his wife. Okay. So just for funsies, I went to the wiki tree and I plugged in his name and my name to see if there was any connections at all, either directly through family links or by marriage, by marriage, by marriage. And you'll never guess what I came up with. Kevin Bacon and Patricia are ninth cousins once removed, which is the same exact relationship that he has with his wife. Kevin and his wife are ninth cousins once removed, and Kevin and I are ninth cousins once removed. And we share a great, 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 great grandmother. So Elizabeth, her name was Elizabeth Pike, maiden name was Blossom. So Elizabeth Blossom Pike, 1620 to 1713, was the 8th great-grandmother of Kevin. And Elizabeth Blossom Pike, 1620 to 713, is the 9th great-grandmother of Possum Patty. So this is so much fun. So I have so many people to put into this journal that, you know, it's just funny. All right, so I'm going to be putting Kevin Bacon in along with our connection here. This might become a journaling card back to back or something. And then I'll decorate a fun page. I don't know, what should I put on there? I put Footloose. Or I could make a pocket from this. Put a cool background, make a pocket, and then put our relationship and journal on the back about Kevin's 6 degrees of connection from Kevin Bacon, which is really funny. Anyway, so I'm going to be working on that page. So that's a page I have to do in this journal. And oh, I had gotten the stamp because it was so much fun. Look at that stamp. I love it. This might go on my beach page for today. So I have a page in here and a page in here to do. The Ricket Journal you'll see on Saturday. Denny, I have to find a chicken stamp. Thinky Winky Woos is knocking at the door. I'm going to let her in because I have just one more quick thing to show you. Okay, this is the tray that Mr. Possum made. I use it when I'm working on the couch. And I had hauled this. Well, this was a product review. And I can link this below. But this is a wooden box that is decorated with diamond painting. And, you know, I'm not like a great big diamond painting person, but I've done some really pretty journals with my diamond painting. I've got one right here in my sketchbook here. This was my fave, the owl. And this is just a little sketchbook that I have. And this is how I got into diamond painting, was by doing journals, because you know I'm all about journaling. But I saw this, and this is going to be a wooden box. And I thought that would be very cool to put on the desk and keep things in it. And I completed the cover the other night. And I'm going to seal it with some clear tacky glue. I'm going to seal just the diamond painted part. So I started working on the sides. So I have 4 sides, 2 short and 2 long to do. And I started working on one of the long sides. And this part right here is really hard to do. They're so tiny, these little tiny teardrops. These little tiny teardrops are really hard to do. But this is going to be really pretty. And I have some diamond painted stickers, so I thought maybe I can put like diamond painted stickers and things in here, and the stickers are for journaling. So like this is linked to the stickers, which is linked to journaling. So we're going to do 3 degrees of connection here, right? One thing though, besides finding out that these little tiny orange ones are really hard to do, is that when I opened up the kit, I was really happy, that's just garbage, about their bags and the large numbers. Okay, which is different than some of the other kits. You know, some of the other kits are these little things that you have to cut open, and then once you cut them open, you gotta put like a paper clip on there or something, you know, so they're not spilling out all over the place. Or some people have all little jars and things, and then they have a much longer code on them. This was so easy. The bags have these giant numbers on them, okay, and they're all Ziploc. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much better than that other system. So much better. Look at this. I love this system. And I just wanted to share that with you. Now, I don't know. I haven't reviewed this totally yet, because you will not get the final review until I try to put this together. So that'll be like the last review. I just wanted to review the cover. Easy to do, beautiful, had a lot of fun. The sides, much harder with these tiny, tiny ones. I don't know if we get that done. And then, but I did really like the system that they had in there. So that is the last thing. So that is the last thing that I have to share with you. And I will be back tomorrow with a Friendship Friday. I have lots of happy mail to open up. I have journaling to do. And Denny, I promise I will look for the chicken stamps. I can't find either one. I mean, I have 2 of them. One that I was using the other day, and then one that was in the package to give away. I will find it. I will find it. I will find it. And thank you for behaving, Stanley, for doing the giveaway. But your little adventure at the beach, I don't know if you'll be going back to the beach or not. We shall see on that. Okay. Thanks for coming along today for a What's Up Thursday. Happy junk journaling. Bye-bye.